Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to discuss the third NMDCATS type QCA quarter book test series, and we are going to discuss here the biology MCQs. Biology MCQ that has been given from the chapter number 6 Prokaryotes and chapter number 7 Protista and fungi. So let's start to discuss these MCQs. First MCQs here that is given, total number of prokaryotes are. So prokaryotes, according to the KP textbook, there are total number of prokaryotes 6,300 prokaryotes are classified and has been identified. While coming toward the second number of MCQs, there are more living bacteria in our mouth than the dash living on earth. So this MCQ is also given from this KP textbook, the mammals. The correct option is the mammals. So there are more living bacteria in our mouth than the mammals living on the earth. Coming toward the third MCQs, which of the following proteobacteria is involved symbiotic association with a leguminous plant? Proteobacteria, we have classified them into alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilons. So the proteobacteria, in which alpha proteobacteria, for example, rhizobiums, they form a symbiotic associations with the root of leguminous plant. So that's why the correct option of this MCQs is option A. Coming toward the next MCQs, MCQ number 4, Hans Christian Gram, a Danish physician, developed a staining technique for bacteria in 1884. So actually, Danish physicians Christian Gram classified the bacteria into two categories. One is called gram positive and another is gram negative. Most of the gram negatives are pathogenic, they are disease causing bacteria. Although there are some gram positive bacteria also cause disease, just like Streptococcus pneumonia and Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So hence Christians classified them on the basis of stain, means he select the bacteria, put on the slides, and he put the crystal violet dye or stain. Then he washed with ether or acetones. So if the dye has been removed, then it's called gram negative, and it's not removed, then it's gram positive. There is a differentiation between the gram positive and gram negative, is that the gram positive have a thick cell wall, while the gram negative have a thin cell wall. And also their cell wall, gram negative, is also covered by lipopolysaccharide. In gram negative, the mesosomes are prominent and have a large number of pili. Coming toward the next MCQ, MCQ number 5, which of the following is correct about gram positive bacteria? So keep in your mind, gram positive bacteria produce exotoxin, means they produce toxic chemical which called spirogen, and they release outside of the cell. And also they produced endospores, that's a cyst conditions, dormant conditions, and it's unfavorable environment. So they produced a covering to protect their self and to pass their harsh condition. So that's why the correct option for the MCQ number 5, that is option B, is correct, means gram positive bacteria produce endospore and exotoxins. Coming toward the next MCQ, MCQ number 6, archaeologists found the endospores alive from 7,518 years old sediments of Menastos Elk Lake, means they can survive, they can resist to the environmental condition when they form the spores. Coming toward the next MCQs, next MCQ, that is under favorable conditions, a bacteria divided after every 20 minutes. So what will be the near number after 120 minutes? Let's suppose we have a bacteria, single bacteria. So that's divided into 2. So within 20 minutes. So now they are asking that what will be the total number after 120 minutes? It's a simple. So 2 converted into 4 and 4 converted into 8 and 8 converted into 16 and 16 converted into 32. Now 20 minutes means then again 40 minutes, then 60 minutes, then it's change into 80 minutes, then change into 100 minutes, and then 32 form 64 bacteria in 120 minutes, mean in 2 hours the total number of bacteria that will be 64. So that's why correct option is A. Coming toward the next MCQ number 8, bacterial growth will be maximum during. Whenever we are going to explain the bacterial growth, so we may graph. One is called the lag phase, then change to log phase, then stationary phase, and then change into decline phase. So here the log phase, the bacterial population is maximum, and as well as sign and symptoms of disease appear during the log phase. Coming toward the MCQ number 9, process of conjugation in bacteria was discovered by Edward Thornton and Lederberg. So option D is correct. Bacteria actually reproduce through a sexual reproduction. That's not true sexual reproduction, because in sexual reproduction the gender are involved, the male female sex cells are involved. In this case fertilization occurs, zygote formation occurs, embryo formation occurs. Bacteria only through a genetic recombination, the some genes passes to another bacteria. We consider them like sexual reproduction. That's not true sexual reproduction, but anyhow conjugation, in this case the two bacteria come close together. One bacteria give the genes of different amino acids, and then another bacteria have also the ability, if they have extra gene, they give it to them. So they exchange their genes through a conjugated tubes. So that was discovered by Lederberg and Thornton. Coming toward the next MCQ number 10, golden rice, a genetic modified plant by using agrobacterium pumification and modifications. Means golden rice, that's the genetically modified crops, modified rice, golden rice, they have golden colors. They are full of beta carotenes, and beta carotene human body have the ability to convert them into two molecules of vitamins A, which is called the retinol. So this rice, this been actually given in those areas which have the deficiency of vitamin A. So most of the people there have a night blindness, or they have blindness issues. So that's why they then use the golden rice to overcome the deficiency of vitamin A. Coming toward the MCQ number 11, Ralston bacterial wilt is caused by Ralstonia solaniserums. That's a bacteria which cause the Ralstonia solaniserum bacterial wilt, while the agrobacterium tumefacium, they cause bacterial galls or crown galls. Coming toward the MCQ number 12, typhoid in human is caused by Salmonella typhi. So option B is correct. Typhoid, Salmonella typhi cause them, and Salmonella typhi is a gram-negative bacteria. Typhoids that's been spread through contaminated flies, feces, fomites, fingers, foods, etc. Vidal test, mostly we use them for their diagnosis, while the cholera has been caused by Vibrio cholerae, so gram-negative. Coming toward MCQ number 13, all of the following bacteria is present in urinogenital tract. For urinogenital tract, how we will remember them? We use the tract that's called is USCL. U stand for urinary tract, Streptococci, Clostridia, and Lactobacilli. So except Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori that's present in intestines. Coming toward the MCQ number 14, which one of the following physical method is used for sterilization and separation of vaccines and enzymes? So this process called is filtrations, because desiccation, radiation, and heat treatment we not recommended for their sterilization process, because enzyme and vaccine they are very sensitive to these things. So that's why they may be denatured. So filtration process is mostly recommended. Coming toward the MCQ number 15, dates are effectively used against gram-positive bacteria in nurseries, the small size plants, different categories of the plants. So we use the phenolics substances for their removals of gram-positive bacteria. MCQ number 16, Dash introduced the name a bacterium in 1882. We know that bacteria first that was discovered by Anton van Leeuwenhoek, and then their existence was confirmed by Lewis Pasteur. But in 1882, the word bacteria, which we pronunciate it bacteria, that is being introduced by a scientist called Ehrenberg. This MCQ is given from the federal textbook. So coming toward the MCQ number 17, which one of the following is not true about bacterial cells? There are a few options given. One is called as it contains genetic material, yes, and it does not have a nucleus, yes, we know. Small side ribosome 70s are present, yes, we know. And cell divide by through sexual reproduction, we know that true sexual reproduction is absent. So that's why option D is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 18, cell wall of prokaryotic cells consist of prokaryotic cells, mean they are talking about bacteria. So the bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, means these peptidoglycans actually polysaccharide chains bound covalently to shorter chains of amino acids. So that's why both A and C is correct, mean option D is correct. Coming toward the MCQ number 19, the entire cell wall of prokaryote cell is often regarded as a single huge molecule complex. We call them succulus. And this MCQ is also given from the federal textbook. They use this term succulus for the whole entire complex molecules of murine. Coming toward the MCQ number 20, which one of the following has a peptidoglycan cell wall? Few options is given. One is penicillin, adiantums, and Salmonella typhi. So option A. Salmonella typhi actually which cause the typhoid, that's in a bacteria, so obviously their cell wall is made up of peptidoglycans. Coming toward the MCQ number 21, plasma membrane of bacteria only allows some substances to cross at this property is called differentially permeables. So coming toward the MCQ number 22, which part protect the bacterial cells from osmotic lysis? This MCQ is given from the Punjab textbook. We know that bacteria have a cell wall, and cell wall actually they give a proper shape to the bacteria. So if water enter continuously into the bacterial cell, but the bacterial cell will not swell up and will not burst, this property of bacteria is due to the cell wall. So option A is correct. Coming toward the MCQ number 23rd, which one of the following is a ribonucleic proteins particles? So that's a conjugated molecule, again given from the Punjab textbook. We studied the different conjugated molecules. So here the conjugated molecule is made up of RNA and protein molecule, which we combinedly call them ribonucleic protein. That's obviously ribosomes. So correct option that is D. Coming toward the next MCQ, that is MCQ number 24. Some bacteria have a resistance to phagocytosis due to the presence of. So due to the presence of capsules, means those bacteria which are capsulated, they are resistant to the phagocytosis process. They cannot be engulfed by the lysosomes. So that's why the most that is actually have a capsules. Coming toward MCQ number 25, the true pili are present in gram-negative bacteria because of pathogenicity in nature. Coming toward MCQ number 26, Vibrio cholera belong to the which categories? We have categorized the bacteria on the basis of their shapes, cocci, bacilli, and spirilla. So spirochetes, actually, they belong to a group of bacteria that's called spirochetes. Coming toward the MCQ number 27, which of this bacteria is resistant to penicillin as it lacks a cell wall? We know that Mycoplasma lacks cell wall. So that's why correct option is Mycoplasma. Coming toward the MCQ number 28, what is a cluster of polar flagella called? So that's called the Lopotrichus. So option D is correct. If it's mentioned on both sides, then we call them Amphitrichus. If it's whole body surface, then we call it as a Peritrichus. Now coming to MCQ number 29, this MCQ is given from the Punjab textbook. Which of these is a cocci occurring in a single or in a pair? So that's a Diplococcus that's existed in a pair forms. Coming toward the MCQ number 30, which of the following is a simplest eukaryotes? So protists are the simplest eukaryotes, or these are the primitive eukaryotes, first developed eukaryotes which developed from prokaryotes. Coming toward MCQ number 31, the protist kingdom is sometimes called a trash can kingdom. So that's why option D is correct. Why we call them trash can kingdom? Actually, they have those species whose properties, characteristics related to more than one kingdoms. Coming toward them, MCQ number 32, what are the total number of protists? The total number is from 60,000 to 2 lakhs. So option C is correct. Coming toward them, MCQ number 33, which one of the following is the possible ancestor of protists? So protists, they are derived from prokaryotes by endosymbiosis mechanism or by the membrane enfoldings. Coming toward MCQ number 34, animal-like protists are classified on the basis of its locomotory organ because protists have three categories: animal-like protists, plant-like protists, and fungi-like protists. Now, animal-like protists are further classified into phylum zooflagellates, mastigophora, or kinetoplastids. Second is called as the phylum Sarcodina. Third is called is phylum Epicomplexans or Sporozoa, and fourth one is called as phylum Ciliata. So they are classified on the basis of their locomotory organs. So option C is correct. Coming toward the 35, animal-like protists are divided into 4 groups, which has been classified on the basis of locomotory organ. Because the phylum zooflagellates, they have flagella. Phylum Sarcodina, they have pseudopodia. Phylum Sporozoa have no locomotory organ, and phylum Ciliata have a cilia as a locomotory organ. Coming toward MCQ number 36, flagella is the locomotory organ of zooflagellate. So option A is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 37, trypanosomiasis. Trypanosomiasis, what is trypanosomiasis? Trypanosomiasis is the example of phylum zooflagellates, and it's caused African sleeping sickness, which cause African sleeping sickness. So option C is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 38, which one of the following is present in the gut of termites? Termites actually they feed on the wood. They have the ability to digest the cell wall having a cellulose by secreting enzyme cellulase, but this cellulase enzymes is produced by trichonym for the termites. So that's why option A is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 39, which one of the following is a multicellular algae? So kelp's an example of multicellular algae, while volvox is colonial forms. Coming toward the MCQ number 40, CC fly, also called as tick-tick or ZZ fly, of African countries transmit trypanosoma, which cause sleeping sickness. African sleeping sickness. They cause the disease African sleeping sickness. Coming toward the MCQ number 41, the fungi divisions include club moss, that's Basidiomycota. So Basidiomycota is called the club moss, club fungi it's called. Coming toward the MCQ number 42, this group is used to represent pathological fungi. This MCQ is given from the KP textbooks. So Pucania and Eustilago, they are the pathological, mean they cause diseases. Coming toward the MCQ number 43, the fungi which derive their food directly from the dead organic matter are known as decomposers. Obviously, fungi are decomposers. Coming toward the MCQ number 44, the fungal disease is the black rust of wheat is caused by Punjab textbook MCQs. That's Pucania germinis, that's cause the black rust in a wheat. Coming toward the MCQ number 45, what does perfect stage of a fungus indicates? It's indicate that it's able to form perfect sexual spores. So different varieties of spores are produced. In Ischomycota, iscospores are produced. In Basidiomycota, basidiospores are produced. In Ischomycota, 2 types of spore. One is called conidiospores, which is produced through asexual reproductions. Coming toward the MCQ number 46, fungi usually store the reserve food material in the form of glycogen. All of the autotrophs store food in the form of starch, while all of the heterotrophs store food in the form of glycogens. Coming toward the MCQ number 47, fungi can be distinguished from algae in fact that obviously the cell wall is chitinous and chlorophyll is absent in case of fungi. So that's why the correct option is D. Coming toward the MCQ number 48, Coming to MCQ number 48, fungi producing usually 8 spores in sac-like structures that belong to Ascomycetes, while Basidiomycetes, they produce 4 basidiospores. MCQ number 49, all fungi are heterotrophs in nature. So that's why options D is correct in MCQ number 49. Coming to MCQ number 50, one of the common fungal disease in men, that's ringworms. So that's caused by the fungi. Coming toward MCQ number 51, aflatoxins is produced by the fungi. So option C is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 52, yeast is unlike bacteria in being eukaryotic. Yes, eukaryotes, because yeast are eukaryotes while bacteria are prokaryotes. Here the term is used unlike, meaning they are not similar. Coming toward MCQ number 53, the mode of nutrition of rhizopus, yeast and penicillium, they are saprophytic in nature. Coming toward the MCQ number 54, fungi are dashed to breakdowns of organic materials of their host. So fungi are chemicals, they have the chemicals to break down the digest, they have the organic food material. So that's why option A is correct. Coming toward MCQ number 55, which one of the following chemical is used to kill fungi? Fungicides. These are the chemical that have been used to kill fungi. Coming to MCQ number 56, dash are the root-like structure of hyphae that encode the fungus. Rhizides are the root-like structures, they encode them. Coming to MCQ number 57, coenocytic fungi are without septa. So aseptate, unseptates are also called as coenocytic hyphae that's present in phylum Zygomycota. Coming toward the MCQ number 58, in asexual spore, the reproduction of spore is by single mycelium. Single myceliums, they produce the asexual spores. Coming toward MCQ number 59, the nuclear fusion phases where the positive and negative nuclei fuse to form diploid zygote nucleus is known as karyogamy. One is called plasmogamy, another is called karyogamy. Plasmogamy is the fusion of cytoplasm and karyogamy is the fusion of a nucleus. Coming toward the MCQ number 60, absorptive heterotrophic nutrition is exhibited by fungi. Fungi have the ability, so they absorb food materials from surrounding. Coming toward the MCQ number 61, mycorrhiza exhibit the phenomena of. So mycorrhiza symbiotic association is made with a leguminous plant which belong to alpha proteobacteria. Coming toward the MCQ number 62, which one of the following statement about lichen is wrong? This MCQ is given from the same textbook. Few option is given. The first option is wrong. They grow very rapidly. No, they grow very slowly means round about from 5 millimeter to 1 millimeter per year. So that's why they grow very slowly. Coming toward the MCQ number 63, which one of the following is a colonial algae? So colonials, volvox exist in a colonies form. Coming toward the MCQ number 64, which one of the following contain chlorophyll A, D, phycoerythrin, and phycocyanin? So rhodophyta have these substances. Rhodophyte, I mean these are the plant-like algae classified into phylum Euglenophyta, phylum Pyrophyta, phylum Chrysophyta, phylum Pheophyta, phylum Rhodophyta, and phylum Chlorophyta. The phylum Euglenophyta and phylum Chlorophyta have chlorophyll A and B, while phylum Rhodophyta have chlorophyll A and D, while rest of them they have chlorophyll A and C. Coming toward the MCQ number 65, which one of the most primitive group of algae? So that's MCQ is selected from the same textbook. So blue-green algae, cyanobacteria, that's been considered to be the simplest primitive algae. So option A is correct. Coming toward the next MCQ 66, iodine is obtained from. That is MCQ is from selected from same textbook series. Laminaria. Laminaria is used to extract the iodines. Coming toward the MCQ number 67, which one of the following is the most advanced group of algae? Chlorophyta. Chlorophyta is the most advanced, so that's why chlorophyta is also considered to be the possible ancestor of the plant. Coming toward the last MCQs, ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen is found in some blue-green algae. So that's today biology test discussions. Okay, wish you best of luck. Allah Hafiz.